Hi, I'm Chris from Auto Openers. Today I'll be showing you how to install a panel opener. Here are the tools required to fit the motor, and here are the kit contents, which include the motor, the remotes, all the motor mounts, and here is the segmented rail. Make sure your door is easy to operate manually and free of any obstruction. If the door is not balanced properly, it may need servicing by a professional technician. Assemble the 4 pieces of the rail by using the 3 supplied joiners to make one complete rail. The long pieces will meet in the middle of the joiners. Insert the trolley as shown. Pull the belt to the end of the rail. Remove the nut and spring and poke the bolt through the hole at the end of the rail. Reattach the spring and the nut and tighten the belt with a 13mm socket or shifter until the belt is firm. Attach the C-rail to the opener by lining up the hole in the rail to the shaft on the opener. Use the brackets and 4 screws to secure the rail to the opener. Now that your motor and rail has been assembled, we will fix the front to the wall and the back to the ceiling. To determine the front motor mount position, use a level to mark the highest point of travel and another mark in line with the centre of the door. Use appropriate fixings such as plugs, timber or metal screws to fix to the wall. The motor mount must be centered, no lower than your marked line and no higher than 100mm above the marked line. Whilst protecting the motor by using cardboard, a blanket or towel, lift the front end of the rail and attach to motor mount using the supplied pins. Raise the motor and either get someone to lift open the door for you or place the motor on a prop and then open the door. Ensure the rail is centered with the door. Ensure there is a gap between the rail and the door when fixing to the ceiling. Secure appropriate bracket or perforated angle to ceiling, then attach your motor to the bracket using suitable nuts and bolts. In the middle of the top panel, mount the motor bracket 1/3 of the way down using appropriate metal screws. Attach the door arm to motor bracket using supplied pins. And attach the straight door arm to the trolley using the supplied pins. Bring the two arms together and join using supplied nuts and bolts, and tighten the motor arm. Engage the opener by pulling the manual release away from the door and lifting the door into the rail index. Now that your panel motor is fully installed and engaged, we can set up the limits, force and remotes. Plug the motor into the power point or extension lead and turn on. Remove the button cover using a flathead screwdriver. You will see a plus and minus button which will drive the door up and down while setting the limits. Hold the red minus button to drive the door down until you reach the desired closed position. You can use short presses of the plus and minus button to inch the door into position. Once the desired closed position is reached, press the set button once. Hold the green plus button to drive the door up until you reach the desired open position. Again, press the set button to confirm limit. The motor requires a force setting to determine the sensitivity in the event of an obstruction. While holding down the force margin button, press the plus and minus buttons to increase or decrease the force. To test the sensitivity, place a block of wood under the door. If the door does not automatically reverse, decrease the force margin setting until it does. Hold down the door code button and press selected remote button twice. You will hear a solid beep when the button is learned. The same process is used to program all remote buttons. Any button that has been programmed will operate the door both up and down. Stick the warning label onto the rear of the door where it can be seen. Now enjoy the convenience of your automatic door with just the press of a button.